My name is Paul Hunter and I'm the director of the Dark Philosophers, which is a production between the National Theatre of Wales and the company that I co-direct, Told by an Idiot. The Dark Philosophers is hopefully a celebration of Gwyn Thomas, the rather wonderful Welsh writer. It's not a piece of biography, it's not taking one of his particular stories and adapting it for the stage. It's trying to capture the spirit of Gwyn, this extraordinary writer stroke sort of raconteur, playwright. So we're trying to create something that's very imagistic, which has bits of... Gwyn Thomas appears as a character in the piece as he takes us through this extraordinary world that he creates. I'd never heard of Gwyn Thomas, I have to admit, until John McGrath, artistic director of National Theatre of Wales, approached Told by an Idiot after seeing our current production of The Comedy of Errors with the Royal Shakespeare Company. He saw that, and I think there was, from what he said, there was a sort of anarchy around that particular production that he felt struck a chord with the works of Gwyn Thomas. He came and spoke to us and then gave us the books to read, and initially I was a little bit nervous of whether it might be a wee bit sentimental, given the sort of way it was described. Someone writing about how the harsh Valley's life in the 30s. Not that there's anything sentimental about that, but the treatment of it made me think it might be. But I couldn't have been more wrong. When I read them, I devoured this collection of the Dark Philosophers, 3 of his longer pieces. They were extraordinary. I thought they were very European, almost like Rabelais at times, violent, sexual, political, darkly comic, which is what appealed to me. Very funny, but in a very black way. And eminently theatrical. I read them and thought these could work brilliantly on stage, so I sort of bit John's hand off and said, yes, we'd love to do it. Our rehearsal process with Told by an Idiot is, it's never the same twice. It depends on who's in the room. So the rehearsal for this is our last show because the company is different. So we tend to rehearse from who is in the room. And in this case, we've got a fantastic company of 8 performers, so it's a very ensemble piece. We've got a composer, Ian Johnson, who works with us a lot, who's in the room the whole time. A writer called Carl Gross, who's adapting with us. A brilliant designer, Angela Davis. A puppeteer consultant, Steve Tiplady. Plus, obviously, all stage management and all. So it's quite a big team, and how I like to start rehearsals at the beginning is to get everybody together, sort of playing in a way, so that we begin to share a language. Part of the initial rehearsals is about sharing a visual language. The way I work tends to be very visual, not starting necessarily from the text. So it's setting up improvisations, it's sharing certain physical skills with the actors, so that we start to build up a vocabulary, if you like, of language which we're going to use to tell the piece. At the same time as that, running concurrently with that, is the beginnings of exploring the material. And that might be me saying to the actors, right, okay, in 2 groups, I want you both to go away and work on this scene, not using the text, but work on an improvisation. And I might give them 30 minutes, 40 minutes to work on that, and then we come back as a group and we look at that. The great thing about that is it means often the actors are solving big issues in the piece about how we do something, and their material goes into the show, and obviously it means they own the material at a very early stage.